What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP to US dollar. We're also going to be looking at DueDEX as well as the current coin market cap. As you guys remember, yesterday we ended the video with a very interesting discussion on the fact that maybe after the big break in price that we saw just a few days ago may actually be leading to an even bigger formation of an uptrend than we had originally planned. As you guys can see right here on the Ethereum chart, you can see that it looks like we're actually forming an even bigger uptrend than what we had originally envisioned. Even on XRP2, which we'll discuss more in depth, that there is some sort of bigger uptrend that's actually forming on the charts than the small one we had predicted back down at the 20-cent barrier. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. This really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. Otherwise, follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial. This way, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns related to the channel, cryptocurrency, the market, or anything of the sort, definitely just DM me over there. Otherwise, let's jump into today's video. Alright guys, so before we jump in, the giveaway has ended and I will be doing it this week. I'm just transferring some Bitcoin over to my wallet so I can send it out for you guys. I have to take it off my ledger. Once all this is done, we will then go either with a live video or I will actually post myself clicking the winner right here. As you guys can see, we have one prize left. I will literally click draw a winner. There's no way I can redo it or double down. So literally whoever I choose right now will be the winner for the giveaway. I'm saving this for next week or the week coming up and then we'll figure that out. Otherwise, for right now, I just want to show you guys in the previous video that we did discuss that there's a new rally coming, something we didn't actually anticipate, and that once we kind of scaled back things, we actually have a bigger uptrend that's forming that we didn't really particularly see. So I do want to discuss that. We'll go in depth and we'll look at some of the other bigger cryptocurrencies. Otherwise, to show you guys the current coin market cap, you can see for the most part, once again, flatlined out, little volume, little movement, little price spike, little price drop, literally 1 to 2% max is literally what's been trading on here. Also, I just want to point out with the other cryptocurrencies exactly what I'm referring to. So let's start with XRP. We'll kind of go backwards from here. You can see on XRP the very interesting charts that's forming right now. So if I just draw in this resistance, this was our previous resistance right here. This was the 20-cent barrier that we've been dealing with. We have not been able to break. You can see it right here where we had resistance back on the first week of March, and then as we extended out closely ending April, you can see we broke bullish outside of this uptrend that formed right here. We broke through our 20-cent resistance. Now we're trading higher, actually, particularly hitting 23.5 cents, which is extremely high compared to the lows we had, which was literally 11 cents in the price. So as for right now, due to the fact that we can delete this right here, we did hit another resistance. This is still a big jump. This is still a big gain, even though the coin went from 19.5 all the way up to 22 cents, which really isn't a big jump when you look at the percentage gain of a move like this. For XRP, the highest it went, we actually jumped 20%, which is a massive gain on, on a cryptocurrency that you've invested in. So it's huge. This is still a huge opportunity, but I do think we are going to be leading to even bigger jumps as we move closer towards the apex that kind of ends about the end of May. So we just have, and I'm catching myself saying the word literally because I know a lot of you guys have commented how many times you've counted me say that. So I'm going to change the words. So for right now, I do believe we're going to be trading out longer. We may see some consolidation down, retest this middle moving average. I anticipated a quick rebound off of the support right here, this middle moving average, because usually after a big spike up, we see a bounce, like a ripple effect, a bounce off whatever support's there, and then we kind of bounce up again and kind of trade out sideways. So I do believe the volume is slowly dying off. We are no longer overbought, which is great, but I do believe we're going to probably slide back down now and retest this middle moving average. Hopefully it will move us out low enough for us to retest the support closer to 20 cents and then slowly swing back up to retest 22 cents, 23 cents once again. And then hopefully if things go great, we'll probably break bullish. Now there is the Bitcoin halving coming up, which I'll talk about more this week. There's a lot going on this week, but I'll update you guys as we get closer to those dates. But at the moment right now, the Bitcoin halving is coming very soon. We're going to have to look at that, figure out what exactly is going to go on prior to the halving and then post halving. And we'll discuss what exactly the halving is for those of you who don't understand. Now to jump into the other cryptocurrencies. So we just looked at XRP, big uptrend forming. We look at Ethereum, big uptrend forming. This was the previous resistance back down here. This was the big leap that we had. And as you can see, we hit a previous resistance that happened back in March 1st of 2020. And you can see now we're kind of consolidating back out. The big jump upwards, consolidation. Now we're going to probably trade sideways as we're slowly leaning ourselves out of the overbought market. This is great. No problem here. It's much needed for us to head up even higher. Normally when coins are extremely overbought, it doesn't really leave much room for us to head higher. So this slow consolidation to bring the price back down to maybe 50 on the relative strength indicator will allow us to retest support, setting a new higher low, potentially break us out above the $250 range and up much higher. But mainly the reason I'm showing you Ethereum is when you look at XRP, then you look at Ethereum. That's 2 coins now to discuss. We look at Litecoin. We're starting to see a movement here. I do just want to start with Bitcoin, and then we'll go into Litecoin, and we'll wrap up today's video. You can see on Bitcoin another very interesting move. Obviously, we broke bullish. We broke outside of this uptrend that formed right here. And if we just extended this further, it does end up hitting what appears to be a massive downtrend on the weekly, which I'll discuss in a second. But you can see on the daily, we are hitting this channel right here, a big, strong channel, a ton of uncertainty with the price on today alone. And you can see we're battling this region right here. It would be great if we could hang out in between here. You guys can clearly see where it's acted as a resistance, as a support, resistance, and support once again, or sorry, as a resistance up here. So this is definitely a dead zone for Bitcoin right now, and there's a good chance it will reject the price here. We are currently overbought, so with that knowledge being said, there's a good chance we'll see some movement like that. That would be ideal personally because of the fact that we are still setting higher lows. This is still a great play, but we need the consolidation to lower us back to 50 on the RSI to basically allow us to head up higher. But what I want to point out is there's an overall massive downtrend, and you can see the way the prices have shown. In relevance to the fact that we haven't seen these prices because they're in a downtrend. We haven't seen $16,000 on Bitcoin in 2 years. I mean, we could extend it back. We haven't seen $16,000 on Bitcoin in 3 years. We haven't seen a 14 or 13,500 Bitcoin in 1 year. And then if we scale down even further, we have yet to see $10,000 on Bitcoin. We thought we would get there, but you can see there's an overall downtrend here. There's a good chance the price is going to slowly come to a steady. You know, if you consider this like a basketball, you bounce it really hard, shoots up the first time, comes down a little lower again. We're probably going to see a little more to the downside, and every single time we tend to break bearish. So that's why this is a great opportunity to get ready to short. I do believe we're going to still head up higher. There's just a slight bullish cross forming on the MACD on the weekly. That alone will give us potential to potentially head up higher, but I do believe we're going to hit this with strong resistance and probably see some sort of consolidation back downwards, anticipating maybe a $5,700 or $6,000 Bitcoin once again. I know that's unsettling, but it is still something we have to consider when looking at this massive formation on the weekly charts for Bitcoin. Now, also consider that this is a great opportunity as we get closer to short the coin. If we let this play out, we let the uptrend play out. Once we get closer to the end of May, there's a good chance we could long short the Bitcoin for a long time. That, I know that might sound weird, but we can set a limit order for a long-term, short on the market. There's a good chance if we break 92, we could short this all the way down to $6,000. Now, some of you may be asking, how exactly do we do that? How exactly do we short Bitcoin? That's what DueDEX is for. This is an account I've been using months on months. Originally brought to me to check out. I actually fell in love with it. I love the website. I love all the things they're adding. As you guys, if you follow me on Twitter, they're actually just came out with an order that they're putting Ethereum to USDT, Ethereum to Tether, but that will give us the opportunity to actually be able to trade into a fiat currency and then trade it back into, or not even a fiat currency, into a stable coin and then back out into other cryptocurrencies. So we'll be able to trade with Bitcoin, we'll be able to trade with Ethereum, we'll be able to trade with USDT. So that means we might be able to send Ethereum in, turn it into USD, convert it over to Bitcoin and trade around with Bitcoin too. Just many different ways and many different opportunities. That's why I love DueDEX. I did link DueDEX in the description down below if you guys want to download it. I believe they're offering some sort of sign up bonus. I put all that in the description down below. But honestly, when the time is right, when Bitcoin starts to break bearish out of its uptrend and starts to set a lower low, or a low that is lower than its previous high, we can then consider and confirm that there's a good chance it's going to start a bear market once again, which could last quite a couple months, honestly, or the rest of the year. And that will be a great opportunity to short Bitcoin, short it all the way down. We could leverage trade it and make a crap ton of profit. Now, to wrap up today's video, looking at Litecoin, the same thing confirms that we did get stranded. We went quite a bit away from our uptrend, but what you guys can see is there's a good support at $46, and we're hitting the middle moving average. It's rejecting us, a ton of uncertainty. MACD looks okay for right now, nothing to be too worried about, but there's a good chance it's going to get rejected and slowly fall back down to its uptrend, setting a new higher low, and we'll see where it goes. Otherwise, that's going to wrap up today's video, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial. This way, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can message me over there, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.